Today on eNEWS, how your old electronics can benefit the environment. No horsing around. A local organization has overcome hurdles by helping people with disabilities. And the dog days of winter. How man's best friend wowed folks at the exhibition.
Welcome to eNEWS. I'm Cole Sweer.
And I'm Sarah Rudicop. And here's today's top story. The City of Lethbridge and a community partner are looking at reducing the amount of electronic waste entering the city's landfill. E-waste is a growing problem around the world. A United Nations university study estimated global e-waste production at 41.8 million tons in 2014 alone. We have team coverage on this initiative, beginning with our own Aaron Haugen.
After the new comes in, the old must go out. And the Lethbridge Community Network is hoping to benefit from this with their eCycle Drive 2016. Looking to collect used electronics they can refurbish and donate to the disadvantaged, they also collect obsolete and broken electronics to be recycled for a small rebate that helps fund their initiatives, like free public Wi-Fi. The LCN says, though it's not their main goal, the benefits of diverting e-waste have not gone unnoticed.
Last year we raised £55,000. And we had a little bit of theft, so we were probably closer to 60 to 70,000 pounds that was being diverted from the waste thing. And this year we're going to hopefully do more.
The city of Lethbridge has started collecting e-waste as well. Lethbridge residents can drop off unwanted electronics for free at the city landfill on the north side. The city says the collection program has been a great success for the city since the program started in 2004.
So for example, last year in 2015 we collected 177 tons of recyclable electronics in that year.
Since beginning the collection site in 2008, the city of Lethbridge has diverted over 2,000 tons of electronic waste from ending up in the landfill. Electronics, it says, now has a second chance to thrive. For eNEWS, I'm Aaron Haugen.
Lethbridge Community Network eCycle 2016 runs through January 17th, but LCN will continue to accept second or third generation electronic devices at its office located on 5th Street downtown after that date. The eCycle Drive is doing more than just reducing landfill waste. It's also leading to community Wi-Fi and computer access expansion throughout the city. I had a chance to find out how this will benefit local organizations.
Usable material, and we're going to refurbish it because we're a licensed refurbisher, and we're going to be able to make computers and notebooks more available to people in the community.
The LCN already has 36 public access computers throughout Lethbridge and surrounding areas. Streets Alive is one nonprofit organization with an LCN computer. Streets Alive founder Ken Kissick says he's appreciative of the support they receive from the LCN.
The e-recovery or the e-recycle, they'll get us whatever computers that we need. They can get us laptops and those kinds of things, and they're very generous towards us, so we're grateful for their work.
Computers like this one at Streets Alive are provided by the LCN. They allow members of the public without computer access or internet access to do a variety of things. They're able to come in, search for jobs, fill out applications, and also check social media accounts or simply just browse. Along with the addition of more computers, these electronics will also allow the LCN to update software on existing computers. Electronics collection sites have been set up at both Save On Food stores and the Tourist Center on the south side.
From electronics to foliage, youth branched out and battled the cold last weekend, helping people recycle their Christmas trees. Craig Kamba is standing by with more on the story.
Thanks, Cole. Instead of cleaning up garbage, crews kicked off the Lethbridge Christmas annual cleanup. I had a chance to find out who and what benefited. Record low temperatures combated the city's Green Initiative fundraiser executed by the Gilbert Patterson Middle School Voyageur Quebec group and the Val Mattioti Bantam AAA Golden Hawks hockey team. The program looks to recycle the trees instead of sending them to the city dumping grounds. Since the implementation of this program over 24 years ago, the city has diverted over 80,000 Christmas trees from the city's landfill.
it's a great way for us to divert waste from the landfill and take all these great natural Christmas trees and chip them into mulch instead of throwing them in the landfill, and then we use that mulch around town in parks and in various places.
The event is hosted by the city, and each year 2 youth organizations are invited to participate. Money is used to help fund goals such as the Voyageur Middle School's upcoming trip to Quebec.
We got a real tree here.
Tim Parsons and his daughter Kara were among those to take part in the fundraising for the effort.
Well, I think they're having a positive experience, learning about recycling and doing a positive thing for the environment, picking up these Christmas trees and they'll be shredded.
Shove that right in your dad's face.
The program has proven to be a very successful waste management and recycling program and will continue on next year. To find out how to put your organization, go to the Lethbridge City website.
That's quite the initiative, Craig. How will the hockey teams be using its funds?
The Golden Hawks AAA hockey team will be going to St. Albert for a tournament this weekend and will be using the money earned towards those costs.
Thanks, Craig.
In other news, Lethbridge College criminal justice students will be on the forefront of technology this semester. Megan Williams had a chance to discover how the future of law enforcement will be utilizing a communications tool to better prepare for the real world.
Welcome to Campus Horizons. I'm Megan Williams, and today we're joined by Ken Sauter, who is one of the criminal justice instructors. Ken, thanks for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the new technology that the criminal justice program will be using to teach communication skills to its students this semester.
So what the college purchased was behind us. It's called a Milo range. It's a hard skill trainer, but we're adapting it to the soft skills of communication. So it allows our students to experience, let's say, a traffic stop. So for example, the scenario you have behind us, a student would approach the driver. I would run the simulator. A student would identify who they are, why they're stopping the person, asking for documentation. If they were to forget one of those steps, I could direct the simulator to maybe ask the student something, just so the student kind of reminds themselves what they should be doing.
And what kind of scenarios would you generally come into contact with as a student using the simulator?
We have so far, and we're building some, but we have a couple of vehicle stops that, the one behind me and another one that kind of throws out a little bit more emotion. And that's the one where the students kind of struggle with it initially. They honestly kind of say they were frustrated, yet hopefully they don't show that, but that's the purpose, that they can learn to deal with that frustration.
Well, that's all the time that we have for on Campus Horizons today. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
The winter intake of criminal justice students will be the first to have the Milo Range Simulator incorporated into their communications curriculum. Coming up after the break, how the city's police department is getting a makeover for the first time in 20 years. And how one organization is picking up the pieces after a powerful windstorm last year.
Every day, animals are abandoned, given away, or become strays. They need someone to come into their life and give them a home that allows them to thrive and become part of a loving, caring family where they truly belong. Lethbridge and District Humane Society takes in handfuls of neglected animals who need your love and affection. Not only do you help them, they can end up helping you too in some shape or form. Make your house a home and adopt an animal that will bring as much joy into your life as they will do for you. Adopt today, save a life tomorrow.
Okay, when I get this reading done, I need to study for math, then time for work. Have a lot on your mind lately?
1 in 100 people are affected by schizophrenia. They know. Give up.
Listen to me.
Give up. You're an idiot.
Hey.
They know.
Listen to me.
You will fail.
Hey.
You will fail.
Listen to me.
You're an idiot. You are going to fail. There is help, and there is hope.
Youth mental health disorders are second hardest in most place. Young youth are reported being bullied right now. Discrimination of LGBTQ youth is 3 times higher than heterosexual youth. Youth are not statistics.
It's time to break stereotypes and create opportunities for youth in safe environments and change the way we see them. The new generation, our generation.
Crime Stoppers and Lethbridge Regional Police need your help in solving an anti-Semitic mischief. Sometime between January 1st and October 16th, 2015, unknown subjects marked the Jewish synagogue, the Joyful House of Prayer congregation, located at 332 13th Street North, with anti-Semitic language. There were also 4 other incidents of anti-Semitic graffiti in the area that were not previously reported. If you have any information on this or any crime, please contact Crime Stoppers by any of these methods. Standard message and data rates may apply. Crime Stoppers will pay up to $2,000 for information leading to an arrest. Remember, you will not have to attend court or testify, and you will remain anonymous. We want your information, not your name.
Welcome back. Winter has returned to southern Alberta. However, it's not enough to stop work on the police headquarters expansion. It's been a long and expensive project, but the police services believes it's necessary. Jonathan Guignard has the latest.
Despite the weather conditions, construction hands are hard at work as they continue the expansion of the city's police headquarters. It's the first time since 1996 that the building has had significant upgrades. Inspector of the Lethbridge Police Service, Tom Ashcroft, says the renovations are imperative going forward.
We're running out of space. A lot of specialty units coming in that needed more space and more, some of the technical parts of the building, the security features and stuff like that were getting antiquated, so it was just time for a refit.
The upgrades will include more office space, a parkade, which will allow every parked vehicle to remain underground, along with new cells and new classrooms. According to Ashcroft, there were a few complications with the budget at the beginning of the project, but has since been adjusted. The cost of the project is just under $28 million.
It cost more than it was initially planned, but the budget was adjusted prior to construction starting, so right now we're on budget and we're on time and all that kind of stuff's working out good for us.
The Dean of Justice and Human Services at Lethbridge College believes the project will create job opportunities in the community and for students.
It's going to be everything from administration to admin support to potentially employment for tradespeople. So all of that will have an indirect impact or be a benefit to many of our students, not just our justice students.
For eNEWS, I'm Jonathan Guignard.
The project is expected to be completed by January of 2017, and Ashcroft says police training will no longer have to take place off-site.
Local employment agencies have seen an increase in traffic since Alberta rang in the new year, with an unemployment rate more than double that of this time last year. As Halen Cooper reports, limited job listings have not only affected homegrown Albertans, but newcomers looking to make a living here as well.
In need of a change of tune, Rowan James came all the way to Lethbridge from Australia. Entering under a visitor's visa, he's since begun the process of seeking a worker's visa, but knows the declining oil business could directly affect his job opportunities.
People who are being pushed out of the oil industry are then moving into other sectors which I might find myself in, such as hospitality.
JobLinks is one Lethbridge agency that helps people find employment opportunities. Although their services are usually offered to help people with mental or physical barriers find work, it provides job listings and computers that anyone can use. Already, staff has seen a significant increase in traffic.
All our staff has been very, very busy. We have a lot of intake packages going out, a lot of people coming back in. Our workshops are starting to get filled up again.
While Alberta explores economic solutions, James isn't so much concerned about finding work in the oil patch, but more in the jobs that will be available once his work visa is granted.
I'm not too worried about it, again, because I'm not planning to go directly into any oil industry, but it's still fairly worrisome considering the ripple effect that might have on everything else.
Alberta Premier Rachel Notley says that her climate change plan is a way to diversify the economy into areas of potential growth, such as wind energy and solar energy, and also provide more funding to public infrastructure, such as schools and public hospitals. For eNEWS, I'm Halen Cooper.
During this week's State of the City address, Mayor Chris Spearman said the city has shown stability and is well prepared for any challenges it may face in the future.
A local organization has overcome significant hurdles after a powerful windstorm caused thousands of dollars worth of damage and a huge cleanup effort. Here in southern Alberta, Hearts Haven Ranch offers equine therapy to help individuals with physical and mental limitations. But owner Roxy Wright says thanks to the help of community, the rancher continues to thrive after the destructive days last year. Caitlin Wilson has more on the story.
Therapeutic riding and equine facilitated learning are my loves, because those are the ones that you can really see a big difference in development of the human being and aiding things that are difficult with a human being, either with their body or their mind.
Roxy Wright is living out her dream of building a safe haven for both people and horses. In 2007, Wright and her husband built Hearts Haven Ranch here in southern Alberta. And today, the facility offers leadership training, riding lessons, and therapeutic riding. But last year, a powerful windstorm clocking over 100 kilometers an hour caused over $40,000 worth of damage when it sucked the hay barn right out of the ground. Shortly after, Wright found out her insurance didn't cover wind damage to pole barn structures.
If you can't feed your animals properly, you can't have a program. And we built the hay shed because it's very difficult to keep hay not moldy and out of the elements.
This is all that's left of the previous hay shed, but since that destructive day last year, the community has rallied together and raised over $4,000. Although not nearly enough to replace the shed, the Wrights have changed the way they feed. They now use large hay bales covered with slow feed net bags, allowing the horses to eat 24 hours a day. And although there's still a lot of work to be done, Wright says she's not giving up on her dream, which benefits so many, including her daughter Maria, who has special needs.
When we're on the horses, we play Four Corners and Duck Duck Goose. Horse Mule, it's fun.
Being with horses is incredibly important and helpful because they have to pay attention. They've got to send messages from their body, from their mind to their body, have their body do what they've asked it to do. It's not just a little pony ride.
For eNEWS, I'm Caitlin Wilson.
With the money raised by the community, the Wrights have also added a wheelchair-accessible washroom inside the arena.
Time now for a look ahead weather-wise. Here's Sadie Atwood with the forecast.
This is your 5-day forecast brought to you by Southern Alberta Weather. On Monday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 2 and a low of -2. As you can see, throughout the rest of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 1 on all those days and not dropping into too low of temperatures overnight. The weekend's going to be fantastic, so make sure you go out there, get some vitamin D, hit the slopes with your family and friends, and go have some fun in the snow. That is your 5-day weather forecast.
Thanks, Sadie. Coming up after the break, the Kodiak basketball and volleyball teams are gearing up for the second half of the season, and how one canine sport is barking its way into Lethbridge.
Is your life lonely? Do you need a friend? Adopt a dog today. Your life will never be lonely again. Your life will be filled with fun adventures with your loyal companion. For more information about adopting, go to windycityrescue.com.
Hey man, how's classes been?
Pretty rough, man. I've been feeling really depressed lately.
Oh. Well, I gotta run though, so I'll see you later.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, nice man.
If you or someone you know is suffering from mental health issues, call 403-329-4775 for help.
Welcome to the Kodiak Report. I'm Jonathan Guignard, and I'm here with Logan Monks of the basketball team. The women's basketball team went undefeated last semester. Where do you credit that success?
I think a lot of our success comes from because we are a team. I know there's tons of teams in the league, there's about 9, but we are a team. We're excited when everyone's scoring, we're jumping off the bench, we're so excited for everyone. And I think a lot of credit is to Brad. He has made this season really fun for me because I've come from a different team. And before one of our games, he had on the board, have more fun. And I thought that was crazy because I was like, what? Like, have more fun. So I credit a lot to Brad and a lot to the girls. We just want to win. We want to be the best here. So,
what are the expectations going forward?
To win. We want to be number 1. That's been our goal since day 1. We all have it in the same mind. So I guess if you can't beat them, join them, because I was on state last year and we lost to the Kodiaks in our final game. So now I'm here hoping to win.
That's great. What is it like playing with these group of girls?
It's a lot of fun. I've had tons of fun with these girls this year. Being a part of the state Trojans for the past 2 years, we all had different kind of groups, and here we just enjoy each other. We hang out, we just have a ton of fun together, so I love it.
Awesome. Well, that's all the time we have. Thanks, Logan, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome back. As Jonathan Guignard just explained, the women's basketball team is striving for success as it kicks off its second half of the season this weekend. The Lethbridge College Kodiak's women's basketball team has entered 2016 undefeated. Tanya Plain-Eagle reports on what it'll take to remain number 1 in the country.
For the second season in a row, the Kodiak women's basketball team is setting the bar high. The girls had ended off their last season with 2 losses and are currently undefeated this season. They hope to continue their no-loss success till the end. Coach Brad Karen says the second half of the season is more challenging with everyone fighting for playoff spots.
Being undefeated for the rest of the season is going to be hard to do, but the girls are pretty focused. They want to do it, so that's what we'll try to do.
Karen says the key to their success is setting reachable goals every game. He adds if the chemistry between the girls wasn't good, the outcome wouldn't be the same. Shooting guard Shantea Strebel says despite being number 1 in the country, every game is a challenge.
Yeah, I feel like every team always has a really good game against us because they know that we're number 1 and that we're undefeated. So it's always a high pressure situation.
While the girls are having much success, the men's basketball team is having some trouble on the court. The guys ended off 2015 with 4 losses in 1 month.
Coach Peter Danielson says the team needs to rebuild chemistry they had in previous seasons. He says more chemistry will create stronger defense.
We got to keep running and we got to get better boards. We got to get more productivity from some of our key players.
The Kodiak men's team currently sits at 4th place in the ACAC South. For eNEWS, I'm Tanya Plain-Eagle.
Both teams are hoping to make it to provincials and nationals, which will take place later this year.
The Kodiak volleyball teams are getting ready to roar as they prepare for the second half of their ACAC seasons. With the men's and women's teams sitting further down the leaderboard than desired, Megan Williams dropped in to see how the Kodiaks are planning for success at the net this semester.
The Kodiaks are setting up for the kill in the second half of this year's ACAC competition. With a 6-6 record, men's coach Mike Hawkins believes that consistency is key to moving up the leaderboard this semester.
Just with how tight our division is, to make the playoffs and be kind of in the seed that we want to be, we just need to be consistent. We need to beat the teams that we're supposed to. We need to play well against the teams that we need to, and yeah.
With a grueling 6 straight weeks of play ahead of them, Hawkins says his team's athleticism is sure to be a strength down the home stretch. The Kodiak women are also looking at a tough second half of the season as they come off 7 consecutive losses. The team has just 3 wins on the board so far, but Coach Dusty Stouth says that while his team may be young, these Kodiak women show real strength and is positive about the future.
I think we have really good leaders on this team that kind of get everyone to kind of follow the same path, and this team has been really good supporting each other, so it's been really great so far.
With just 12 games left in the season, both Hawkins and Stouth agree it's going to be the little things that make a big difference to each of these teams. Simply working on consistency and calling for a shot can affect the outcome in each game, something these Kodiak men and women will need to keep in mind if they are looking to step onto the ACAC podium later this year. For eNEWS, I'm Megan Williams.
Both Kodiak volleyball teams are in action against the Ambrose Lions here at home in the Val Mattioti Gym this weekend.
The sounds of barking and cheering echoed through exhibition parks recently as the pavilion played host to dogs from all over the province. I had the opportunity to check out a sport that's been taking Lethbridge by storm. Instead of chasing cats, dogs were chasing balls at Exhibition Park this weekend. Canines and their trainers participated in a local flyball tournament. People from all over Alberta traveled to Lethbridge for the event. Exhibition Park saw teams from both Calgary, Edmonton, and right here in Lethbridge. Becky Beers traveled all the way from Calgary with her team. She says there's more to the sport than competition.
And it's a great sport for people to build relationships with their dogs, and it might look a little chaotic, but actually does train your dog to have impulse control.
Flyball was originally invented back in the 70s in California. The sport itself can be described as a relay race for dogs. Each team consists of 4 dogs that run through the course by jumping over hurdles and retrieving the ball at the end. Despite the fast nature of the sport, tournament coordinator Mona Johnson says flyball is just as much about the dogs as it is family bonding.
My favorite aspect of flyball is all 4 of my family members play, so it's one of the few sports we can all play regardless of our age or physical ability. And actually my mother plays as well, so there's 3 generations playing.
The event ended up being hosted by Red Line Dog Sports as a way for flyball teams to participate and compete during the winter months. The ages of the participants in the event varied from the extremely young to the elderly.
Millions of people around the world greet the new year by setting personal goals for themselves. These benchmarks can take many different forms. Here are the most popular New Year's resolutions for this year.
My name is Michaela Carson, and here are the top 5 New Year's resolutions for 2016. Almost everyone can say that they make a New Year's resolution to better themselves for the new year. Here are the top 5 most common New Year's resolutions that people make. 5. Hitting the gym. Most avid gym rats will tell you to avoid the gym like the plague for the first week of January to avoid all those New Year's resolutioners that are taking up all the space. 4. Enjoying life. Some people are really tired of being negative all the time. They just want to have a new outlook on life and be positive for the new year. 3. Money. Thought you spent too much money last year? Well, this year is the time to save up that dough. Number 2, organization. Clutter can really get to a person sometimes. Apparently, you need a new year to make sure that your life is organized. Number 1, lose weight. Similar to going to the gym, this is the most common New Year's resolution for people to make. They want that weight off, and 2016 is the year that it's leaving. This concludes the top 5 New Year's resolutions for eNEWS. My name is Michaela Carson, and I'll see you next time.
Statisticsbrain.com also states only 71% of resolutions make it past the first 2 weeks of January. Well, Cole, 2 weeks into January, any resolutions that you're...
Not particularly. I'm actually not a really big fan of New Year's resolutions. I don't really try to do them very often.
I kind of agree with that. Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. I'm Sarah Rudikopp.
And I'm Cole Sweer. From all of us here at eNEWS, have a great weekend.